Hello, good evening. How are you all? Thank you so much for joining us. We are back with our lives this week with Bridelux, and today is Motivational Monday. How has everybody been? It's been a long time since we've actually been on here. Hi, Eva. Hi, Minnie. How Larry? Hi, Cyan. Hi, ILE Events. Pearline Events, how are you all? I've missed you guys so much. Feels great to be back. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Silk Flower Factory. Good evening. Welcome to all of you guys. Apologies, I had to cancel all of our lives last week, unfortunately, as I took a bit of a nasty fall and had some severe injury. So I've been recovering for a week. Hence why I'm so sorry we weren't able to continue with our lives last week. But I am kind of a little bit recovered, still healing, but back enough, at least gained more of my energy to be back to do my lives with you today. So without further ado, we've got amazing lineup of speakers that we've got today and tomorrow and this entire week. So please do keep an update on our regular Bridelux Insta stories, where we'll be updating you every day of which expert is going to be on our lives. We are really excited here at Bridelux. If you've been following us and our story and our journey, then you would have known that we actually announced that we were going to be donating a beautiful wedding, a dream wedding worth 100K to a key worker, whether it be NHS or a key frontline worker. This was about 5-6 weeks ago. And today we are excited, guys, as we've announced in Hello edition today, which is the exclusive, our lovely couple. So if you haven't seen it, please go and have a look because it's been our big announcement with our Hello feature today, announcing our NHS couple. That's right. Not only is the bride to be an NHS worker, but so is the groom. So Sarah and Ben, husband, they've been featured today and we've just announced it. So we're super excited, and thank you to all of our suppliers that are coming together of donating their services. We are just so overwhelmed at how many of you guys have come together and literally donated your services, from the amazing Rosewood venue to Jimmy Garcia Catering, Farima Perry Flowers, and we've also have a lovely celebrant, Jennifer Patrice, who is also donating her services to the beautiful couple, and she will be hopefully marrying them either later this year or early next year, when we know more, when this lockdown gets finally lifted officially, of when we will be able to have and curate their beautiful wedding that we're all donated to them. So my guest today is the wonderful celebrant Jennifer Patrice, who I'd like to bring on here, and we've got it all catered for, from all the the creches for the kids to the magician to the entertainment. Honestly, they are literally winning their dream wedding, and we can't wait to be part of that whole process with them. So I'm going to bring on the lovely Jennifer Patrice, who is going to come on here and talk about her amazing journey, as well as collaborating with us on this fantastic project. So how are you guys today? It's going to be a heat wave this week. We are all looking forward to still working from home and being there. Hi, Jennifer.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, darling. You look lovely in those amazing
Lovely to
specs.
see you. It's lovely to see you.
They look so cool. I love
Thank
those.
you. Thank you.
Looks great, my darling. And somebody told me it is a very special day for you today.
It's my birthday.
Happy birthday, my darling.
Thank
I feel
you.
so happy that you're actually celebrating your birthday here with me,
Have you got
live
a
on our
drink?
Bridelux. I
You got a
do.
drink?
Cheers, my darling. Just for you. Happy birthday
Cheers.
to you, my
Happy
gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you. And congratulations to the couple.
I know. We just announced it literally about an hour ago. The Hello feature
Yeah.
is out today. And you
Yeah.
are going to be the wonderful celebrant that is going to
No.
be marrying them. So,
Yeah.
that must feel awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very, very excited. And I see that they've got a little one.
They
So
do.
hopefully we can include him in the ceremony as well.
That will
Maybe
be
a sand
great.
pouring or something like that. So yeah, it'd be
That's
great.
going to be awesome. And can you
Yeah.
believe it was a little boy who actually nominated them.
Good.
He actually sent the letter through, which,
Yeah.
you know, we had over 500 applications. And when
Yeah.
we saw this letter, actually written by him, because you can see by the way it was all worded and everything was phrased, we were
Bless.
just so
Yeah.
touched, you know, both
That's so nice.
myself, our
That's so
director,
nice.
James, Tamsin, the publisher of Hello, and Rosie,
Yeah.
who is the editor. And it was,
Yeah.
honestly, we had our work cut out because going
Yeah.
through 500 applicants and then narrowing it down to the top 10 and then narrowing it down to the top 5 wasn't easy. Honestly, we had our work cut out for us, but
I wouldn't have wanted to have been in your shoes.
oh, honestly, it was so hard, but we're so glad because it actually worked out really well, and they are
Yeah.
honestly a deserving couple. They both work for the NHS, so they're
Yeah, I
both
saw.
on opposite shifts, so they really, really deserve it. And you've got to read
Yeah.
their compelling story of what they've
Yeah.
been through and how they've been on the front line doing, honestly, their absolute magic. But I'm
Yeah.
so glad you're going to be marrying them,
I'm very
and
excited.
thank you for coming on here. It's so
Yeah.
great because you have
Thank you
been, can
for
I just
inviting
say,
me.
you have been supporting my lives here at Bridelux daily from when we started 3 months ago to now, and you've been
Yeah.
following them all through consistently.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. It really means a lot that you're just your unconditional love and support. So thank you.
Well, I'm a huge fan, and I have been since the first time I attended the symposium in 2018. And I remember seeing the ads for it and seeing Elizabeth Solaru, who is, you know,
Amazing.
and once I saw her, I knew that it was somewhere that I could be. And then I got there, and Philo of EPVB events was there, and Audrey Ametis, who is also here, I believe, she was
Hi,
also
Audrey.
there. Shania from Shania. So I really felt like it was a place that I could be and take part. And yeah, I've been a fan ever since.
I'm so glad, and
Yeah,
thank you because you have supported all of our events as well from, you know, the minute that we've started, and
yeah,
you know, we'll go on to that a little bit more. But I'm glad that you've mentioned that yourself, that Bride Lux is a platform that has
for
inclusivity
everyone.
for everybody. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter about what race, gender, color, age. You know, it is inclusive platform for everyone. We're very,
yeah,
very proud, not
yeah,
just only with the recent events that have been going on with Black Lives Matter, but we've been inclusive on our platforms for many, many years,
absolutely.
and we are very, very proud of that.
Yeah.
So, you know, and
And
it shows and reflects on, you
yeah,
know, all the experts and the exhibitors we have showcasing at our shows and the speakers
yeah,
as well.
yeah. And it's, all of those people that I've mentioned, I'd never met them before, and we've become fast friends now. So I feel like I've built up this little community within the wedding community, and some of it has started from Bridelux, so I'm thankful for that.
Oh, that's really great. Now, Jennifer,
Yeah,
for the ones that don't know you, you're an amazing wedding celebrant.
I
How
am.
did your journey begin, and how long have you been doing this for?
So I qualified in 2017. I went and got myself a national qualification, and it all started just because you get involved in weddings and helping with weddings. And actually, my cousin Val is on here. And
Hi, Val.
I remember many, 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 many years ago, I remember she was getting married, and she said to me, "Oh, you know you're doing this at the wedding, don't you?" And I was like, "Pardon?" And that was the start of my journey of doing weddings. So I've helped to plan weddings. I've been a bridesmaid many a time. And then I just thought, I want to be the person that's actually doing the union. So I went off, got myself a qualification, as I said, at civil ceremonies, and here I am.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you. And how many people have you married since then, since you've qualified?
I've lost count.
Too
I've
many.
done weddings in the Gherkin, on the London Eye, at the
Wow.
castle where The Crown is filmed, in Hyde Park. Actually, on Friday, I was due to be doing a wedding in the Algarve, and
Oh,
obviously
wow.
that's been postponed until next year. I've taken part in weddings in Rome, in Barbados. Yeah,
You've traveled the world.
yeah.
What would you say is your biggest career highlight, though, out of all the weddings that you've done? Which one really
Um,
sticks out for you and why?
I think the one that all of them are special. All of them have their own special thing. But I think the one that sticks out is the one at the Savoy. And that's because I have quite a long history with the Savoy. When I was 18, I managed a shop called the City Bag Store in the Strand.
Oh,
And
wow.
it was almost right across the road from the Savoy. And I used to save up my pennies. Back in the day, you used to get your salary in a little brown envelope. And
Yes.
so I used to take it home, save up my pennies, and I saved up to buy this black and white suit, which was like a pleated skirt and a shirt. And a friend of mine had invited me to her brother's wedding. And I saved up and spent £200 on that suit when I was 18. So
Wow.
even back then, weddings were important to me. Yeah,
There you go. And what you play such a beautiful part of
yeah,
the wedding, getting them married,
yeah.
you legalize everything. I mean, what's the difference for the ones that don't know between a celebrant and a registrar, would you say?
Okay, so a celebrant does all the niceties. The registrar does the legal paperwork. So we get to know the couple and we build a rapport with them, and we take their relationship history and turn it into their ceremony. So I would send the couple a questionnaire, ask them everything about their relationship, and I ask them not to share their answers with each other. Then I write that into a script. I meet them together to get the X factor that's between them. And then I meet them separately to find out the little secrets that they've got about each other. And then I bring that all together and it makes the magic. So then on the day, their guests, their loved ones know exactly who it is that they're watching get married. They know their journey. They can share in the love and the joy and the warmth. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
I know. Oh my God, you're giving me goosebumps as you're talking to me. It's so beautiful because
I
it's
love
more
it.
personal. It's really
Yeah,
more
it is.
personal, which is
It
so
is.
nice.
It
And
is.
already everyone's saying Clean Love events are all sending you hearts, Rita
Oh,
Colson
bless.
hearts, EDP events. I love that. Marvelous 17. I love your specs. I know. I love them too.
Thank you.
And
And
Nanny
can I
Shah
just
said,
say
yeah.
congratulations to Philo of EPB
Oh.
Events, who has recently got engaged.
Oh,
So
Philo,
congratulations.
congratulations, darling. That's amazing. There
Congratulations.
you go. Your celebrant is right here waiting to get you married. And
I've told her.
Nanny Shah's just said, if I get married, you're marrying me. Lol. That is amazing. And you are definitely marrying
Perfect.
me. You're marrying me too, Jennifer, when I get married. So how does a couple meet their celebrant then? How does the process work? From the minute they meet you, then what happens next?
So
Or
we
they book
have
you?
we have lots and lots of chats. So they can find me in different directories. I'm on the Celebrant directory. I'm on Google, Bride Book. I'm now on this little thing called the Bridelux Black Book. So
Yes, you are.
I'm
You
on all
are.
of those different things, and then they contact me. We have a chat either over the phone or now by Zoom.
Yeah.
Um, and then we get to know each other. They book me. Everybody signs a contract because I like everything to be legal and above board. And then once we've done that, then we have lots of phone calls, lots of meetings. I don't restrict the amount of meetings that couples can have with me. I don't restrict the amount of phone calls they can have. Um, Last year, I was visiting family in the Caribbean, and I remember I got a booking, and it was 2:30 in the morning, and somebody phoned me to book them. And I took the call and they said, oh, you must be in the office, just, And I said, no, actually, it's 2:30 in the morning. What can I do to help you? And within a week, I had booked that wedding, written the script and everything, because by the time that I got home, they were about to leave and go and live in the Philippines. So,
Wow.
yeah, I got home, we did the wedding, and now they're happily living in the Philippines.
How beautiful. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And so, what would you say makes up a typical ceremony?
There's no such thing. There's no
Right.
such thing as a typical ceremony because every couple is different. Every every want is different. Their journeys are different. And I think the only things that are the same is they have their dads or their mums walk them up the aisle,
Mhm.
they exchange vows, exchange rings, and they sign a certificate. They
Right.
have readings, they have hymns, but coupled with that, they can also have a symbolic emblems. They can have a sand pouring, they can have a ring warming, a unity candle, whatever they want. It's their day, it's their ceremony. It is in no way generic, so it's all about them.
Oh, I love that. So, and
Yeah.
you can actually marry any religion as
Yes.
well, and they
Yeah.
can adapt any of their cultural
Yes.
rituals, as you're saying, or any symbolic rituals that they may have into
Yeah.
their ceremony to make it
Yeah.
personal.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So not all celebrants do include religion, but I'm a civil celebrant, so I can either include or not include. It is entirely up to them. And so quite a few of the couples that I've married now, one is from one religion and the other is from another. One is from one race, the other is from another. So it's a fusion of all joy, and then you just put it together. Yeah.
That's beautiful. And do I know a lot of couples now are personalizing their vows and they're writing
Yeah.
their own vows
Yeah.
compared to the standard vows that they would get when they go to a
Yeah.
registry office. Do
Yeah.
you help to guide them write their vows as well? Is it something that they just do personally and then you just talk them through it? How does that work?
I can tell you 95% of them say they're going to write their own vows and then
They
I write
don't.
them. And then, yeah, and then I write
I'm
them.
not surprised.
I've written them on the morning of the wedding. I've written them like the day before the wedding. And it's understandable. Getting married is a bit of a stressful time. It's up there in the top five, I think, of
Mhm.
stresses.
100%.
And for me, I just think if you have a supplier that you can rely on, who embraces you and the job that they're doing for you, then you're going to be fine. Gonna
Yeah,
be fine.
that's so true. That is
Yeah,
so true. I mean, can family be included
yes,
as part of the ceremony as well? And if so,
yes,
how?
yes. So I really like the idea of a ring warming. So traditionally, most celebrants pass the rings round to immediate family and friends, or in some cases to everybody, all of the guests that are there. I particularly like it if it's the two mums that are doing it. So what I do is I ask the ring bearer to come up with the rings, and then I ask the two mums to join us if they're with us. And then I ask one mum to hold the ring in the palm of her hands and the other one to hold it over the top. And then I ask the guests to send their love, support, and silent wishes to the rings to imbue them with love and support for the rest of their marriage journey. Then the groom's mum will give the bride's ring, her ring to the bride to put on his finger, and then vice versa. Because I think sometimes mums get left out.
Mm,
I think dads walk
so
them
true.
up, brides up the aisle, or they're the groom's best man, or whatever. And let's face it, if it wasn't for mums, we wouldn't be here. So
No.
for me, that's really key. The other thing is a sand pouring. So, like I was saying before with the couple that have won the Bridelux Hello wedding, if we did a sand pouring, it would be the bride and groom with their little boy, and they
Yeah.
each pour a different colour sand into a vase, and it makes a lovely pattern, and it signifies just as the grains of sand cannot be separated, neither can their union.
Oh my God, this is
Yeah,
all so
yeah.
romantic. I'm loving it. And
It's
it's so nice that
beautiful.
you can adapt all these beautiful, elements that are both
Yeah,
symbolic and spiritual. And
yes,
it's
yeah,
just so romantic as well. And
yeah,
I love that, you can involve your moms because you're so
yeah,
right. The fathers are, always involved, like you said, by walking brides and the aisle, but actually
yeah,
involving mums as well is a really nice
yeah,
touch. So it's a
yeah,
nice way. Because my mum
yeah,
always says to me, even now, she's like, I'm going to be your witness because that's my only chance I'm going to get to be part of your civil ceremony.
yeah,
Because otherwise, you're right, they do feel quite left out.
yeah.
So, no, that's really
Well, if
important.
I marry you, you know
You
that she's
will
going to
be.
be okay. Yeah, she's going to
Yay,
be
that's
okay.
great. I
Yeah,
think all brides will be lovely, honestly, loving to hear that. And where have you conducted your weddings and can you conduct them anywhere? With obviously now there's so much uncertainty as to where the ceremony is going to be allowed to take place. And we do know
yeah,
that mass weddings are not going to come back anytime soon.
yeah,
So if,
yeah,
for example, I want to have a wedding ceremony on my terrace or on my balcony, can I do that? Can I get
yes,
married in my own house? I mean, I'm
yeah,
sure all these are the questions that brides are asking you. So if you
yeah,
could clarify some of that, that would be
yeah,
great.
yeah. So I can marry you absolutely anywhere, whether it's on a cliff, in your back garden,
Yay.
anywhere you want, outside. I don't have to be, so registrars have to marry you when they're outside under a formation that's got 3 solid walls and a roof, and they need to be permanent. Celebrants can marry you anywhere. So yeah, like I said, I've done it on the London Eye, in a private pod, yeah, in Hyde Park. And I remember when I did the wedding in Hyde Park, all the blossom was falling, and it was a couple from Australia. And this man stopped and he was so excited. And it turned out that on that day, it was his 5th wedding anniversary, and he'd got married in the exact spot where we were doing the wedding.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, it was
How
beautiful.
beautiful. So you can
Yeah,
renew vows as well,
yeah,
of course, as well as get them married too.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
beautiful.
I
And
can do,
Jennifer, like, excuse my ignorance, but if you can get, couples married everywhere, does that mean that the wedding is legalized because registrars can't? Because that's
no,
probably a question that everyone feels as well.
no.
It's probably a popular one.
No, the couple need to give their notice of intent to marry at the registry office. Then
Right.
they need to do their legal paperwork at the registry office within a year of that date. And
Right.
that date has to be at least 29 days before their actual wedding. So I get to do the big fancy stuff, which is what I
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and the registrars do the legal stuff. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. And you said it's 20 days after they've had their ceremony with you.
So no, it can be, so once they've done their notice of intention to marry, they need to do their legal ceremony within a year of doing that notice of intention to marry. I
Right.
can marry them either before or after. As long as they go to the registry office to do that legal paperwork, then we're good.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fantastic. That's really
yeah.
good to know. I'm
And
learning so much
that
myself
only
about
takes
this.
about, the legal paperwork only takes about 10 minutes, I
Right.
think.
Yeah.
But a celebrant ceremony takes about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on the content.
Okay, fantastic. And I presume you are happy to travel anywhere in the world,
Of
even
course.
to destination weddings as you've already done.
Yes, yes, of course, of course. So, my dream is to do a wedding in Canouan, which is where my dad comes from.
Nice.
And it's a tiny, tiny island, and there's only about, my cousin will correct me if I'm wrong here, there's only about 11 or 1,200 people that live there. So it's a tiny, tiny place. And for me, it's heaven on earth. It's idyllic there.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And where else have you been abroad when you've got a couple married? What really stands out for you as one of your special destination weddings?
I think, so I did a wedding in Rome, And so that was over 3 days. And actually, I was just doing some readings at that wedding. And because it was an intimate wedding, so it was very much a micro wedding,
Right.
just the love that was there. So I think even in these COVID times, when we may not get back to big numbers immediately, a micro wedding and just having your very nearest and dearest there, so your siblings, your nearest cousins, whatever, it's the love out of that day was just amazing for me.
Mm.
Because when I do a wedding, I do it from my heart to theirs. So
Yes.
for me, all of that love and that warmth, I'm a very kind of fluffy person. So all of that love there, yeah, it means a lot to
Well,
me.
you've got beautiful energy as what everyone's been already sending their comments in anyway, and you do.
Um,
So, you know, we all adore you and absolutely love you. And there's already some questions coming in. So for those of you that have joined us, welcome. My name is Anisha Vansani. I'm the Creative and Commercial Director here at Bridelux. And you're joining us for Motivational Monday with our lovely Jennifer Patrice, who is a beautiful wedding celebrant. And we're talking all things weddings and ceremonies. So questions are already coming in for you. So I'm going to go through them, Jennifer, before we lose track of them. So Sonia Cow has just said, is that a civil marriage that is normally in an office where they're held, or do we just sign it in private office? So you know what you're saying, they've got to do the legal paperwork. Do they have to go to a civil ceremony office,
you need
or
to
can they
go,
sign it in a private office?
you need to go to your registry office is to do the legal paperwork. If the registrar is present at a celebrant wedding, then what I would do is when you would sign the certificate with me, you would go, if you say like if you're outside, you would go into the venue where there would be a room, a licensed room set up, and then you would sign the certificate there, and then you would legalize it there. But primarily, most couples do go to the registry office on a separate day and then do their big day on another day.
Oh, okay, fair enough, which is great. And do you know any personal registrars yourself that you recommend if a couple is looking to get married and they want to legalize it all in the same day, or is
You
it
need
normally with the venue?
you need to go to the registry office within your borough. So it's your
Right.
local registry office. Yeah. Yeah.
And Sonia is asking, and do we get the certificate from them, from if they're legalizing and not
So,
yourself?
yeah, so they do the legal certificate and I give you my own certificate when you get married with me.
Oh, so they get one
Yeah.
from you too. Brilliant.
Yeah, yeah. So all
And
of the photo opportunities are there.
oh, brilliant. And Sonia
Yeah.
said, have you ever done a wedding in Dubai?
I've never been to Dubai. I've traveled to Doha in Qatar many, many times, but never to Dubai. But
There you go.
my mentor tells me that's the place where I should go.
Exactly. And Sonia, if you're getting married, then there you go. This is Jennifer. She's the
Yeah.
best. She says she loves your energy, so I'm sure
Oh,
she'll be getting
thank
in
you.
touch with you when she gets married.
Thank you.
So Jennifer, tell us a little bit more about what you are reading and how you have found lockdown, because obviously it hasn't been easy. I know we've been connecting a lot during this lockdown, and thank you. You've been checking in on me every day whilst
Yeah,
I've been injured. And you know what? Thank you so much. It means the
that's
world.
okay.
But how have you been during lockdown? How have you coped from leading this busy life to having lots of weddings? You know, how did you have to postpone a lot of weddings as well that were planned, like you were saying, the one in
Yeah,
Algarve?
yeah. So by February, I had already booked it. So you get about 14 to 16 prime Saturdays in the year to do weddings. I had already booked out my summer by February.
Right.
And I did one wedding in January. I went on holiday at the end of January, came back in February, had a minor operation at the beginning of March, then lockdown. So I've been at
Oh, no.
home more or less 6 months. And at points, it's been pretty hard because, you know, I'm a sociable person, but I've been connecting with all of my clients that need to postpone, and just trying to reassure them and let them know that it's going to be okay. Um, for my clients whose weddings have already gone, I've sent them a little something in the post so that they know that I haven't forgotten that that would have been their special day, and for them to remember that it was going to be special and they should remember it. I am I have mentors, so I do lots of mentor stuff, trying to build my business, trying to build my brand. I'm a voracious reader. So at the moment, I'm reading Love Her Wild by Atticus. It's a book of poems, which I
Wow.
use for ceremonies. And then I'm reading a book called Self-Made, which is a book about business and the step-by-step processes of making sure that I've got everything in place and everything's okay.
Amazing. Do you have the books there with you that you can show up to everybody? So
So
everyone, because
that's
I
the
know,
Atticus one.
oh, that's lovely. I love the cover of that. It's beautiful.
And this is the Self-Made one.
And who's that by?
And
Who's that
that's
by?
by Bianca and Byron Cole. Um, I've also got a business accountability partner, and that's Rory. And we've had some interesting conversations. Yeah, he keeps me in check when I'm slipping. So yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's been busy, but other times it's been quiet. Yeah,
yeah. But I think it's been great to, like you said, to make that time for yourself,
yeah,
self-reflection, working on your business. You know, everyone's really been maximizing and utilizing this time
yeah,
to build your business and do things that you never normally get to do because we're
yeah,
always on the go. So, you know,
yeah,
no better time than now. This is a time where
yeah,
you're going to come out of this so much positive. And I think next year, 2021, is for sure going to be our year where we
for
are all
sure.
going to be busy and booming. So,
Yeah,
guys, make the most of this moment, honestly, because
for
we're probably not
sure.
going to get it back ever
For sure.
again. And
I've just seen somebody join, and it's Karen, and it's
hi,
her birthday today as well. So
oh, hi,
happy birthday,
Karen.
Karen.
Happy
Happy birthday.
birthday. You got loads of comments. So, Rachel Sakao Bridal said, so good to have accountability partners. Indeed. Kaza says
Yeah.
hello to you. Clee Love Events just said self-made, very good book. I've read it twice. I've got to read
Oh,
it.
good. Yeah.
Evening to you, Rachel. Oh, Rory. Hello, Rory. Coco Blush Event says so sweet that you send them a little something to mark their day. I think
Of
that's so
course.
nice.
Of
And no,
course.
a lot of people are still celebrating their day that they were
Yeah.
meant to get married. They're doing
Yeah.
some sort of garden kind of intimate party,
Yeah.
or you know, they're getting beautiful balloons and they're toasting as a couple because
Yeah.
look, weddings have been postponed, but your love isn't. So, you know, your
No,
love will
absolutely.
continue.
And for me, they've had and planned that wedding in their heads, some of them for 2 years, some of them for months. But they've had that in their heart to do that wedding on that particular day. And it's hard all of a sudden, through nobody's fault, to suddenly say, oh, it's now not going to happen
Mm.
the way that we thought. So yeah, it's important.
What would your advice be to all those couples, though, that are really upset and distraught? And I think lots of people are getting frustrated now. They just really want to just go back to work and, you know, go back to normality. And, you know, unfortunately, we can't. And this is going to be like
Yeah,
the new norm.
yeah.
You know, what would your advice be to all those couples?
My advice would be hunker down, love each other more than you already do, and rely heavily on your suppliers. If you've got good suppliers, you're going to be okay. That's
Mm,
what we're here for. That's what we're meant to do. We're meant to see you through this in a seamless fashion. And once you've got all of that, then you're going to be fine. You're going to be
that's
fine.
amazing. Wise words. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And what would your advice be to your fellow peers, your wedding suppliers? You know, everyone's really been, you know, finding this as a tough time where they'd be working so much on, you know, so many weddings. This is wedding season now that we're going into.
Yeah.
What would your advice be to all the suppliers?
I would say, like, get your shoes on because we're about to take off. I think that next year is going to be huge for weddings. I
Absolutely.
mean, I think it was just Friday that in Wales they started saying that they could have
Yeah,
weddings again. I mean, I know that they're small ones, but I think going forward next year, we're going to be very, very busy. And so we should rest while we can because next year we may not be able to as much.
Absolutely. And Coco Blush has just said, choosing a trusted network of suppliers is so key. We all want the dream as much as a couple does.
We do,
Absolutely. So
we do.
important. It
Yeah,
really is.
yeah.
J Motive, oh, hello, all the way from Montreal. Um, EDP events just saying such a calm live. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the live today. I certainly am. Um, so, what was the other thing I wanted to ask you was, Jennifer, is how did you come to Do Not Tell the Bride? How did that happen?
Oh
Famous
my
program
God.
on TV.
So I had booked an appointment to go and see Sasha Cullen at the Savoy. So I know that you know
Yes,
Sasha.
the lovely Sasha.
And I was on my way and I got a phone call. And I thought that it was someone playing a prank on me saying that they wanted me to do, it was a Friday, and they wanted me to do the wedding on the Sunday. And I'm like, this cannot be right. It cannot be right. So I kind of shrugged it off. And then I went and saw Sasha and I was telling Sasha about it. And she was like, oh, Jenny, you know how poised she is? And she said, no, Jenny, I'm not sure about that. And then I came out of the Savoy and the producer of the program called me, Grace. And she said, you know, we really need you. And the groom just forgot that he needed to book a celebrant. I'm like, okay, okay. So anyway, I phoned the groom back and he said, oh, please, will you do it? And I said, okay. And I said, but I don't know anything about you guys. And he sent me one paragraph of their relationship and what the theme of the wedding was going to be. So it was going to be a gangster theme.
Oh,
And
interesting.
yeah, so that Saturday, the Saturday, I spent the day writing the script. And I wrote about, it was at the Cafe Royale in Piccadilly. I wrote about Frank Sinatra, the Cray twins, everything. And so I didn't speak to him on the Saturday. I just pitched up on the Sunday, walked down the stairs, and there was a letterbox in front of me with the Cray twins written on top of it. And
Oh, wow.
it was fate. It was like, it was very serendipitous. So yeah. And it was a surreal experience to say the least, to say the least.
And that got televised on Don't Tell the Bride.
Yeah. And it's still
Fantastic.
televised. My sister-in-law, Emma, messaged me the other day and said, Jen, I swear I've just seen you on Don't Tell the Bride. And I said, yeah, it was me.
Probably
And it was
repeating
fun.
all the episodes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Fantastic. So that's great TV, PR, bit of TV and PR
yeah,
exposure for you, which is always great. It's always
yeah.
great.
It is, it is. And recently I've been featured in Forbes magazine. So
Wow. As
yeah, it's so one of the things that I've decided to do is to offer pre-marriage coaching, counseling. And so it was picked up by my mentor, and she got 36 of us actually mentioned in Forbes magazine. So yeah, it was
that's
it's a big
fantastic.
deal. Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank
So tell us,
you.
what does this pre-marriage counseling involve? This is really exciting. Even I didn't know about this about you.
So unfortunately, during lockdown, a lot of couples have found that actually they don't know each other. Their expectations are not the same. Their expectations of the day, of their lives are not the same. But because you're going to work, you don't see each other 24/7. And now all of a sudden you're living together 24/7. And so I just thought something should be done here to just speak to people and make sure that they are on the same page going forward. Because as a supplier, you'll know this, Anisha, the big day is wonderful, it's
Mm,
absolutely wonderful, but it is just the first day of the rest of your life.
that's so true.
And you need to be on the same page moving forward.
Absolutely, it's so important. Like I said,
Yeah,
you can have the amazing dream magical wedding, but it's
yeah,
how you survive your relationship. It's a marriage that is the main
It is.
thing that you've got to make
Yeah.
it work.
Yeah.
So what a great, yes, a great
I,
idea. Sonia just
because
said it's an amazing idea as well.
yeah, because being married or any relationship is like work. You wake
Mm,
up in the morning and you make a real effort to do well. You go to bed at night, you wake up the next morning, you make a real effort to do well. So yeah, and it should be like that every day. It's
it
actually
should be.
harder to stay married than it is to just leave.
That is so true. So
Yeah,
true. Beautiful words from you as well.
yeah.
Everyone's saying, Audrey just said, well done. That's amazing. Sophie is saying, put your TV program link on your IG account, Jen.
I
That's
will.
exactly what you got to do. Absolutely. For those that didn't know that you were on Don't Tell the Bride. Coco Flash.
Can I just say a
Yes,
caveat here? I
yes,
had
of
nothing
course.
to do with the groom sending his fiance, his bride to be, a stripper to her aunt's house. Nothing to do with that.
Just
I just did the
saying,
marrying.
hashtag, that's
Yeah,
important. No,
yeah,
of course, but it is a different kind of a program anyway.
it
But
is. Yeah,
all coverage is great PR, of course.
yeah.
And Jennifer, what is next for you, my love? You got this amazing, you got this wonderful mentors or mentors, shall I say?
Three
And
of them. Yeah,
you're gonna be showcasing our amazing atelier show at the Savoy, which is obviously very close to your heart in
yeah.
January. What else is next for you?
Just keep on doing what I'm doing. Keep providing the best possible service that I can for my clients. Is, as long as you do a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life. So this to me is a passion. It really is. And it brings me joy to do it. So yeah, just keeping doing what I'm doing, getting better at what I'm doing because there's always room for improvement, improving my business acumen so that I can give that better service and just keep forging forward. Yeah. And of course, working with you guys, working with you
Oh,
and James, all of you. Yeah.
and why do you feel that Bridelux is the right platform for you to showcase your services and attend our conferences, our wedding conferences, like the symposium?
Because of the market that you reach. You reach that market where everybody wants something unique. But you reach that market where they really want something unique and they're looking for suppliers that can supply that. So to me, to be part of the Bridelux family, which I believe it is it's like my nirvana almost.
Oh, bless
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
You are
Really.
you are like family to us, literally, and we're
Oh,
so glad that you're going to be one of our first celebrants to be at one of our wedding shows. Because I know you've attended our conference and you've built amazing connections and networks from there,
yeah,
which has led to great, like referrals and business for you for the future. But I'm so glad you're actually
yeah.
going to be showcasing at our show as well, which is fantastic. So
Very
we look
happy.
forward to working with you, my darling, and
Thank
thank
you.
you for coming on in. Now, if anybody else has any questions for our lovely Jennifer Patrice, anything at all, please put them in the comments box. I know a lot of you've been asking questions as we've been going along. So Sunshine, oh, thank you. And they said, what a great interview. Thank you. Mr. Laddie, if I've pronounced that right. So eloquently spoken. I love this lady. You
Oh, bless.
are. You've got such a calming, soothing, beautiful voice. Rachel just said, fantastic live, what an incredible celebrant. Thank you so much. And she is truly incredible. Climbing Beauty just said, you sure, lol, are you sure you didn't plan the stripper to go and see the
No, I
bride?
didn't. I didn't. Honestly, I didn't.
Oh, but everyone's
I was as
loved
shocked
it.
as it, I was as shocked as everyone else when I watched the full episode and saw it. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. And just keep shining, my darling, and
Thank
doing
you.
you. There you go. Everyone's saying thank you. Makes me want to be a celebrant. I know you've got the best job. You really have.
I do. I
Um,
do.
you do. And Audrey just said Fab Live. Thank you so much. Oh, we got
Thank
one more
you.
question. Sonia said, how are the bookings going for this year? Are people still booking you for intimate weddings this year or for more bookings for next year?
So I have 3 weddings left at the end of the year. I'm still waiting to find out what Boris Johnson is doing. As Sarah Haywood said the other day, please, can we have some clarity?
Yes.
Just so that we know what we're doing and we
Mm.
can advise our clients. Because without that, we're left just wondering, and that's
Everyone's
not
in
helping
limbo.
anybody. Yeah. So yeah, I've got 3 left at the end of the year. Everything is now moved over to next year. So yeah, but I'm still open for bookings for next year. As long as I've got the date and I'm available, I'm happy to do your wedding or
Oh,
your renewal of
fantastic.
vows or your commitment ceremonies and also naming ceremonies.
Oh, fantastic. And I
But yeah,
know that there's going to be an announcement from Boris tomorrow, guys. So, just make sure you guys we're all hoping for
yeah,
something to do with weddings, whether it's intimate
yeah,
weddings, that weddings can
yeah,
resume again. So
yeah,
let's pray for that. And I know there's obviously going to be the big announcement on the 4th of July as well, which is going to
yeah,
be updating everyone on the second phase, where
yeah,
I think restaurants and hospitality is going to be opening up. So
yeah,
hopefully the events will be able to open up slowly. So in God's grace, I know it's
yeah.
a big waiting game, but all we can do is just be patient and obviously be ready for the updates. But yes, we are all, I know Mr. Boris needs to obviously open up some sort of wedding, whether it's
He
intimate or
does.
not.
I think
Sunshine,
that as soon as he knows the date of his wedding, he'll
yeah,
open them pretty quickly.
that's just it. He needs to get married first or set his date
Yes.
and
Yeah.
then open it up for the rest of the world, which would be
Yeah.
great. So there's
Yeah.
some lovely comments on here. Sunshine and there's just right, number one celebrant.
Oh, bless.
Natalie, brilliant idea, Jennifer. Hummingbird has just said, Hummingbird celebrations. Well done, Jennifer. Have you ever considered mentoring? Great question.
No. Oh, I have. I mentor a young girl called Amber Perrier, and she's an artist. So I've been sort of speaking to her on Instagram and things like that. But it's difficult when you don't, so I'm a hugger, Anisha. As you know,
Oh, I love
I'm always
hugs.
hugging people. So it's difficult not to have that face-to-face social interaction. Like my dad came to visit me on Friday, and I'm very much a daddy's girl.
Yeah, me
And
too.
I've got a bit of a cough, so I couldn't hug him. It was just like a doorstep visit. So yeah, once we get back to normal, then I'll resume my mentoring of Amber.
That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
And there's so many beautiful comments coming through
Oh,
again. Jay Mowdy said, please come to Montreal. She's a lovely person. There you go. You
I
can
will.
get to some beautiful weddings in Montreal, and Jennifer will be there. Sonia said, great. This is what I want to know. And everyone's just saying, brilliant idea, Jennifer. Keep up the hard work. And we're all inviting Mr. Boris to the wedding. Yeah, of course. That's what we're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
And the Event School of London, the lovely Marie just said, our students and graduates adore you, Jennifer. So
I'm actually
love
doing
all
a,
around.
I'm actually doing a talk with the event school on the 25th this week. So yeah,
Oh, fantastic. I did
I'm
my
looking
talk
forward
about
to
two
it.
weeks ago. There's
Yeah, I
such a
saw.
lovely group, honestly,
Yeah,
really. And
great.
well done, Marie. Marie was on here as well,
I
who
saw
came to
her.
talk about the amazing, courses that are going online and
Mm,
virtual at the moment. And
yeah,
they've just been great. And I got to speak to her lovely students last week who are on the course
yeah,
for Siobhan. So well done, you
yeah,
guys, for just keeping. This is the thing. You've just got to be able to just kind of make your brand more and more visible and adapt
yeah,
it so
yeah,
that you can do virtual consultations. Are you
absolutely.
allowed to do a virtual wedding yet, and being a celebrant by getting them married
So
virtually?
I actually got asked last week for 2 ceremonies actually within a
Wow.
couple of days to do a virtual. I am very much an in-person
Yes.
person. I like the intimacy of being in the room, of the vibe off of the guests, and I do vibe off of the guests and the feeling in the room. So one of the things that I do at weddings is I ask guests to put away their mobile phones. So
Yes.
as soon as they walk into that room, no mobile phones. So they're not focused at looking through a mobile phone screen to get pictures or video. They are present in the moment with the couple whilst they're getting married. So I'm very much about that. Yeah.
Love that. And that's exactly what we need. Otherwise,
Yeah.
everything is on social media even before you know it. So that is
Yes.
so
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. And
The
that's not
power
what
of
you
social media. No,
yeah.
no, it's
You want
intimate. So
yeah.
it's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. Well, I
Yeah.
hope that I can give you, I'm going to give you a virtual hug and kiss now. And I hope that I can see you in person soon. And
Yes.
I just want to say a very happy birthday to you, my darling.
Thank you.
Cheers to you. Thank you for
Thank
coming here
you.
on
Thank
Motivational
you.
Monday. I know it's
Thank
been hard
you.
because we've been off our lives last week, but you know what? I couldn't honestly thank you enough for coming on here and just lifting all
That's
of our
okay.
spirits. So
That's
thank you,
okay.
my
That's
darling.
lovely.
And
Thank you,
we see each
Anisha.
other soon.
Yeah, bye.
Bye,
Bye,
sweetheart.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you to all of you that have joined us today for our wonderful live with Jennifer Patrice, the beautiful celebrant. Oh, Sonia, I'm so sorry. I'm sure she'll see this question and be able to come back to you about naming ceremonies. And yes, it is her birthday today. And honestly, what a lovely way to spend it with her. So thank you all for tuning in. You guys have been awesome today. Thank you for leaving your wonderful comments and being interactive in this wonderful live. Honestly, it feels great to be back. Keep a lookout. Obviously, we're providing you updates every day with who our speakers are on our Bridelux. So if you are not subscribed, please email me. And if you want to be part of any one of our shows, even just being on live with me, email me, anisha@bridelux.co.uk. And if you haven't read the wonderful Hello feature, please go and read it. It's in our on our grid, and there's a link in our bio as well. We're really, really, really excited to have just announced the winning couple, and they truly deserved it. So thank you. Good night. God bless. And tomorrow we'll be back with Sweet Temptations, a lovely Claire for Talent Tuesday. See you here, 6 p.m., same time, same place. Good night. God bless. Bye-bye.